everything on a waffle. Defy, meaning, to refuse to obey. Example, he defied his parents' orders. Plaster expression, meaning, a face that shows no emotion. Example, she maintained a plaster expression throughout the meeting. Drool, meaning, to let saliva come out of your mouth. Example, the baby drooled on the bib. Eyes batting, meaning, to open and close your eyes quickly. Example, she was batting her eyes to get his attention. Teeth bared, meaning, to show your teeth in a threatening way. Example, the dog growled with its teeth bared. Séance, meaning, a meeting to talk to spirits. Example, they held a séance to try to communicate with the spirits. Cue, meaning, a signal or hint. Example, he took her silence as his cue to leave. Bedraggled, meaning, wet and dirty. Example, she arrived, bedraggled and exhausted from the rain. Patent, meaning, an official right for an invention obvious. Example, he holds a patent for his invention. Example, it was a patent lie. Purse her lips, meaning, to press your lips together tightly. Example, she pursed her lips in disapproval. Half-heartedly, meaning, without much effort or interest. Example, he apologized half-heartedly. Fastidiously, meaning, very carefully and with attention to detail. Example, she cleaned the house fastidiously. Crumbs, meaning, small pieces of bread or cake. Example, he brushed the crumbs off the table. Roomy, meaning, watery. Example, his roomy eyes reflected his age. The army of moths, meaning, a large group of moths. Example, the light attracted an army of moths. Ramrod, meaning, a straight and stiff object, very straight and stiff. Example, he stood ramrod straight. Ankles crossed, meaning, to place one ankle over the other. Example, she sat with her ankles crossed. Ruminatively, meaning, thinking deeply. Example, he looked ruminatively out the window. A chocolate toe, meaning, a toe made of chocolate. Example, she gave him a chocolate toe as a joke. Engrossing, meaning, very interesting. Example, the novel was so engrossing that I couldn't put it down. Crepe pan, meaning, a flat pan for making crepes. Example, she used a crepe pan to make perfect crepes. Crepes are nothing but pancakes, meaning, crepes are just like pancakes. Example, he argued that crepes are nothing but pancakes. Rat's nest hair, meaning, very messy hair. Example, she woke up with rat's nest hair. Throbbing, meaning, beating with pain. Example, he had a throbbing headache. Taunted, meaning, made fun of. Example, they taunted him about his accent. Rush of joy, meaning, a sudden feeling of happiness. Example, she felt a rush of joy when she heard the good news. Convalesce, meaning, to recover after an illness. Example, he went to the countryside to convalesce after his surgery. Unencumbered by obligations, meaning, free from responsibilities. Example, she felt unencumbered by obligations after quitting her job. Patchy, meaning, not complete or even. Example, the lawn was patchy with areas of green and brown. Apprehensively, meaning, with worry or fear. Example, she looked at the dark clouds apprehensively. Solarium, meaning, a room with many windows for sunlight. Example, they enjoyed their morning coffee in the solarium. Scorn, meaning, a strong feeling of dislike, to show a strong feeling of dislike. Example, he looked at the offer with scorn. Hobbled nervously, meaning, walked in an awkward way with worry. Example, the injured cat hobbled nervously across the street. Play a prank on, meaning, to trick someone for fun. Example, they decided to play a prank on their friend. Open-mouthed, meaning, with your mouth open in surprise. Example, he stood open-mouthed in amazement. It was hokey, meaning, it was silly or old-fashioned. Example, the movie's ending was so hokey. Indignantly, meaning, with anger because of something unfair. Example, she replied indignantly to the unfair accusation. Play hooky, meaning, to skip school or work without permission. Example, they decided to play hooky and go to the beach instead of school. Trooped over, meaning, moved as a group. Example, the children trooped over to the park after school. Stipulation, meaning, a condition or rule. Example, the contract included a stipulation for early termination, one that had lost a toe. meaning, a person who lost a toe. Example, he was known as the one that had lost a toe in the accident. Hoarsely, meaning, in a rough and weak voice. Example, he spoke hoarsely after cheering at the game all night. Such a twit, meaning, a very silly person. Example, he forgot his own birthday. He's such a twit. Backtrack furiously, meaning, to take back what you said very quickly. Example, after realizing his mistake, he began to backtrack furiously.